Yeah, what's good, takers? Welcome back to the first take. Today we are going to review Spectre. That's the James Bond number 24, I want to say. I could be wrong.
From 24?
Yeah, I think so. I'm probably wrong. I ain't researched it, I can't be asked. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, we just saw it yesterday, last night, and we figured rather than do it straight away, we'd mull it over, let it gestate. So yeah, let's get into it. Story. Let's get the Crocs. Seriously, Crocs. Bond would never wear Crocs, man.
We don't know what Bond wears when he's out.
It wouldn't be Crocs.
How do you know?
You imagine seeing Daniel Craig rocking Crocs?
Yes.
Fighting in Crocs?
Yes. Well, not fighting in Crocs unless he was interrupted.
Nah.
Just saying, Bond interrupted. That could be a whole new film.
So what should we start with? Story?
Story.
Start with the story. How do you feel it flowed over from Skyfall? Which has to be said, you didn't like. But I did. I really like Skyfall. Okay,
let me give my explanation for not liking Skyfall.
Keep it brief.
It was decent. It wasn't great. And I just felt it was too over-exaggerated in terms of the things that happened to Bond, and yet he was still alive and he survived, and like that big...
Yeah, that's the thing you always go for. You always go to that.
Yeah,
drop.
It's like, come on, let's be real here. He's based in the real world. Keep it real. Don't over-exaggerate. Fast and Furious. Anyway.
Oh, it was never that bad. Come on, it never got to them lifting up cars and...
No, bugging the car, but that drop from Fast Furious 8 or whatever the hell that crap was.
Yeah, with the
parachute. That still gets me. That still gets me. But anyway.
But how did it flow from that to this? From Skyfall
I think storyline, it was so wicked, right?
Spectre.
Because it tied up everything from Casino Royale all the way through, and it was so epic for me that I feel if they were to end Bond right now, that would have been a good job. Luckily they're not ending Bond, but if they were to, they tied it up so nicely.
Let's start with the opening scene, that one take. It was beautiful, I gotta say. I love that one take shot that goes through. They're in Mexico City, I want to say, or somewhere in Mexico.
Mexico, yeah.
It's the Day of the Dead celebration. Everyone's dressed up, and you just following this one particular guy.
Comes out on like the
from
hotel.
The street into
not
the
even
hotel.
The balcony. It was almost like the back of the hotel where you're not meant to walk because if a gust of wind blows, you're gonna drop.
Yeah, but it went out from the street into the hotel, up the elevator, all in one shot. I think there were some sneaky cuts though. I think maybe
at the beginning, but when he went out of the window, that looked like a solid one shot.
I think that was where the cut was though.
And I have to say,
one window and the camera through the other, so that's
yeah.
where they could have cut.
And I have to say, it's the best opening Bond scene sequence, full stop, including the walk thing. It's just the best opening to a Bond film for me. Do I dare say ever? Yes, I do. It was just freaking awesome.
Definitely got me. Definitely got me.
It was awesome. It wasn't over exaggerated like that stupid big plunge he took the last time in
A lot of people bitched on Sam Smith's song, how dull it is, how un-Bond-like. But when you listen to it in the contents of that graphic intro that all Bond films have, you know, with all the silhouette, the dancing ladies and all that shit. Yeah, it was sick. It was dope.
Sam Smith's song
probably
is freaking epic.
In that contents of that.
His vocals were on point. It's a bit ballady, you know, but
yeah,
hey,
when you hear it on the radio, it sucks. But in the contents of this,
and it was the first time I actually heard it. I haven't listened to it on the radio.
I never listened all the way through, but I couldn't.
It was epic.
Imagine
it was great. In saying that as well, though, I do think, speaking of the intro, before we get back to the storyline, that wasn't the best Bond intro for me.
It was the best, hands down, the best.
When I say intro, I'm talking when it cuts to the music and you see, you know, Bond usually falling on silhouettes
flying through the air and all that.
It was epic,
the best.
but it was the octopus thing was just disgustingly ranking, nasty. They should have just made the damn octopus a silhouette of ink that disappears.
Why?
Instead they had a fleshy.
Why? Yeah, because you're a pussy. You're too icky.
No, I'm not. It was just like, it just was Bond. I'm very Bond-like.
It's an octopus.
Usually Bond would just be silhouettes and flashing lights and sparkles.
It was beautiful.
It was a real octopus almost looking thing. And it was just like,
it was beautiful. It was slick. It actually reminded me a lot of the intro to A Girl with a Dragon Tattoo. I wouldn't be surprised if it was done by the same graphic company. You know, where it has like the ink faces.
Yeah, that was wicked. That was just awesome.
Yeah, it
the
reminded me of that.
Just spoiled it.
Yeah, love that, love that. But back into the story. So, how are we gonna get into spoilers? Let's start out non-spoiler, and then we'll let you know when we get into the spoiler aspect of it. So if you haven't seen it yet, you can watch it for 5 minutes, and then we'll tell you before we get into the bullshit. So let's try to stay unspoilery up to that point.
I don't know if we can do that. It was the most grounded Bond for me since Casino Royale out of the Daniel Craig Bonds. And that's probably why I liked it. It wasn't over exaggerated. A lot of things that happened, you could have just seen it happening, including the helicopter thing from the beginning.
Dude, that was
epic. That was so
It was big, but I don't know if two guys are fighting in a helicopter, you're gonna have it
will
loop
crash.
The loops. Yeah,
it will
exactly.
crash.
It's gonna go straight down.
It wasn't as far-fetched as
that. To me, it was pretty far-fetched because not only did it do 2 barrel rolls, it also did the loop. Yeah, but no, it was epic though. It was a rough fight. But I've got a problem before we get into aspects of that story. I don't know. I think I'm over Craig.
As Bond.
Yeah, he was my favourite Bond. I like the fact that it's a tough Bond.
Yeah.
It's not all too...
It's like, he's flat now.
Yeah.
Personality,
but
apart from anger.
He's too stone-faced for me. There's no emotion there.
And he looks old. He's looking too old.
Yeah, he always looks old, man.
No, but he really looked it this time. It looked like he was tired.
Yeah. That's
just
probably
like,
why I don't want to do no more, because he just can't do it no more physically. Getting in that shape, getting beaten up. It looked like that fight with Batista fucked him up for real. Because it looked like he was doing a lot of that.
I mean, if you think Daniel Craig getting out of the ocean in Casino Royale to Daniel Craig now, it was like, oh.
Hard living. I need more from Bond. I need a little bit of
personality.
Yeah.
I still say my guy, what's his name? Superman dude. I know everyone says no.
I'm convinced now. I wasn't a believer when you originally said it. Mainly because of Man from U.N.C.L.E. Wasn't that I didn't think he had the right look or persona, but I think Man from U.N.C.L.E. clashed it. But I don't think they're going to continue with the Man from U.N.C.L.E. film. Sadly, Henry Cavill,
that's it. Christian.
Sadly, even though I did like the Man from U.N.C.L.E., I don't think they're going to do more of those. So I think that frees him up to do this.
He will make a good Bond, and he was meant to be Bond before
at one
time.
Yeah, at one point he was up for it.
Yeah. I think he's better now. If he had done it from the beginning, I think it would have been great.
I think he's definitely better now. But I don't know, man. He has a big commitment with the Superman, so I just don't know. Yeah. We'll see.
He is definitely my #1
He
pick.
definitely would be.
Sorry, Idris. It's not a black thing.
Idris is too old as well.
But it just wouldn't look right. I'm sorry.
It's not Bond though, is it?
Nah.
I'd be fine with a spin-off, another agent, another 00 agent, 009. Or 008.
Aren't they dead?
00 Negro. No, they was... When?
Octopussy. 00, was it 006 that died?
Octopussy.
Yeah.
You're talking about old Bonds.
Yeah.
Which aren't part of this Bond. This is its own Bond.
Still Bond.
No. But yeah, okay. Léa Seydoux, I believe her name is.
French actress.
Yeah, from Blue's Warmest Colour. Sexy, blonde.
She's nice. I liked her for a Bond chick because she wasn't like the typical Bond chick. She wasn't overly pretty and stunning model looking, but she had a lovely demeanor about her, and she looked like that could easily be the girl next door.
You know, she reminded me, her personality at least, reminded me of Eva Green's Vesper Lynn from Casino Royale. That same, more relaxed, more like, they're not that impressed by Bond. Even though Vesper Lynn, I think, was more laid back about it.
Yeah.
And that relationship was way more believable with Eva Green than this one. This was way too quick. Fuck it, we're gonna get into spoilers.
It was terrible.
Spoilers. We need to get into it, man.
On the second night, no, let's say they've been together for about a week.
Not even, no way.
Let's just give it a timeline. A few days to a week. And she's like,
2 days,
I love you. The dude just gave a gun to your dad for him to off himself. Well, yeah, he must have given that shit some service.
Some good dick. That's gotta be. Wow. No. What about Christoph Waltz then? Is the back? We're just gonna get into it. Like I said, it's spoilers. So yeah, Blofeld. Like everyone was saying, is he? Isn't he? Is he the son of Blofeld? No, he is the Blofeld.
Yeah. I thought he was good, but there was some real dire makeup at the end.
I didn't mind that. I didn't really mind it. It was a bit raw. He did look a bit raw.
And it was just like, you think if something happened to him, maybe they should have covered up more of his face instead of just that.
You'd think that he'd have something on it because it was an open wound, basically.
Yeah, it was terrible. It looked like something out of Hollyoaks. This Bond for me felt more like a classic Bond, like a Roger Moore, Sean Connery Bond.
Yeah, but Roger Moore's Sean Connery Bond would have had more personality, more humour, more emoting. This guy's just...
There was bits in there, but the reason why I say that is the bad guy was typical. in the sense that it was almost like Kananga from Live and Let Die, and he talks and talks and talks and talks and talks and explains the entire whole thing for Bond to free himself. It was like, oh, and even the scene after that.
Oh, you talking about when he was strapped out to the machine?
Yeah.
The machine which had no use or purpose whatsoever. It was there to torture Bond, to do irreversible damage. The first one was supposed to mess up his equilibrium and his senses. Did nothing. Like that. And did nothing. The second one was supposed to rattle the bottom of his brainstem so he couldn't recognize anybody, anyone he's loved, his memory. Did nothing. It did nothing. He just got up and just carried on being... Yeah. So what? Are we supposed to think that Bond's Wolverine now, that he can heal?
And on that note as well, another homage. This film pays a lot of homage to Live and Let Die in my eyes. Yeah. My God, Jesus! Even the PPK, the watch. Yeah, the watch was the one, but instead of being magnetized, it was freaking. It was a bomb.
Just a bomb. Just a straight up grenade.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I liked it. I liked it.
It was enjoyable, even though I'm bitching about it, and
This was me with Sky
putting a lot of holes in it, and the smart blood. I fucking hated that every time they said it. Fucking smart blood. Couldn't they just put a bug in him? That's all they could have done. Just stick a little chip in him or something.
Nanotechnology.
But for it to be nanos in his blood,
it's a smart blood now.
It was pushing things a bit far for me.
Maybe just call it a smart device, smart nano device.
That's what it is to be. Just a little chip,
mud blood
under the skin. But yeah, that was But even though I'm bitching, I did enjoy it for the most part. But it's not as much as Skyfall though.
Oh God.
Nah, Skyfall was better. It was more beautiful. That's another thing.
It was very beautiful.
I definitely miss Roger Deakins' cinematography. Whoever they had for this one did a good job. It did look nice.
It looked natural.
But yeah, it just didn't have that freeze frame painting beauty that the Roger Deakins shots had from Skyfall.
Good freaking stunts.
Yeah,
action wise, oh God, it was.
I can't help but compare this to Mission Impossible now. And Mission Impossible is better. Mission Impossible has become a better, more exciting, fun franchise to me than Bond has.
For the spy movies.
Yeah,
do you know,
and that spy
actually, Mission Impossible's been nice.
Rogue Nation was
just, you know, got more ties to Bond.
Yeah, because we grew up with it and we watch it all day. It's always on Christmas on TV.
And I like the fact that this time around as well, they kept referring to Bond as an assassin as opposed to a secret agent. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, they do that more. That's basically what he is, because he isn't really
a secret agent
figuring anything out. Nah. He doesn't investigate shit.
Nah.
He just goes around killing people.
Pat, pat. Simple. Or passes the gun to you so you kill yourself and then he shags your daughter.
Innit?
Just saying. Cool. What did you think of them as a couple?
No, I didn't buy it at all.
Young girl, older man situation, just saying, you know.
There is that, but then that was the case with Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, because Craig was already pretty, you know, wrinkly by then. But that still worked. Their dynamics seemed to be believable.
That one didn't.
But this just didn't.
And I also feel one letdown I will mention about the film is there's a lot of loose ends with a few characters. Who was the woman at the beginning?
Monica Bellucci's character.
That he went up the room with and then jumped out the window with.
I think it's just the chick he picked up.
Yeah, see, it's like no real sense of that.
Yeah.
My dude's wife, the widow.
Yeah.
What happened to her? Don't know. She was nice though. Whew, milf.
I thought she was gonna do more.
Yeah, it was just like
they built her up like she was gonna be this big character. You know? She was basically just a lay.
Yeah.
Her husband just died, and she's acting like she's properly in mourning. Yet she
is, man. But Bond put the smack down. He put the alpha male into that shit.
Don't forget, he was the one that killed her husband as well.
Yeah,
and she's still fucking.
That's what makes him hard.
Stupid.
Killed your husband and I got you.
And tells her that.
Got your dad to kill himself and I got you. Come on, he's stone cold. What do you think of Ray Fine?
Yeah, I like his character because he could always go the typical route of being that ball buster, trying to sort of stand in Bond's way, and he kind of does, but he does it in a way which he needed to do. Like it's someone has to represent the authority and common sense to a degree. Because Bond's just reckless. He doesn't seem to give a shit about anybody. Everyone else goes out of their way to help him. Like what's his name? The gadget guy, Q. Like, and Bond just seems
to be
don't
fair,
care if he's gonna fuck him
there
up.
to help himself. He was there. I mean, he wasn't there for Bond. He was there to help himself, and then just got roped into it.
Nah, Bond just drags him in because
He
he ain't got a
knows.
spine.
He knows. He knows.
What do you think about the way that they kind of roped in all of the bad guys from the previous Bond films to be part of this organization? Genius. It'd be interesting to go back and watch them. Obviously, they didn't have that in mind when they were doing the other Bond films, but it'd be interesting to go back and watch it all and just kind of.
This is what for me brought it all together. It was like they were all part of the same order. So it wasn't that Bond's been darting around the place just randomly trying to kill people and getting fucked up. It was like there was an entire organization after his ass. You know, and not only that, to kill what's her face, Judy Dench's character. Like and I loved when he summed up about killing all the women in his life.
Yeah, that I didn't like because it seemed a bit too on the nose. It was me. Everything that's ever gone wrong in your life was me.
Yeah,
it just
it's
made
like
him sound
he's
like
paying
a
him
stalker.
back for something though. And he said what he was paying him back for.
Yeah, because his dad liked him and that he spent time with his dad and they went fishing a couple of times and he was jealous.
Yeah. That
is
awesome.
not a good enough explanation
Some people are like that though.
That is not a great. Maybe if Bond shagged his
because his
teenage
dad
love
didn't give him no attention, and then here comes orphaned James Bond.
I need more.
And his dad, your dad is now raising him better than he raised you, spending more time with you. As a child, that would make you jealous.
Yeah, but I need more. Maybe he sent him away to boarding school and kept Bond living with him. Maybe the dad abused Blofeld but didn't abuse Bond and he hated the fact that
gets on your knees.
Something. I needed more of a psychological explanation to that. It was too weak. It was too weak.
I don't think it was. He wanted him to be miserable. So how am I gonna make you miserable? I know what. Every woman you fall for, I'm gonna kill
them all.
Simple. That would make a man quite depressed. It was almost like, what am I getting close to another woman for? But he always did it. He always did it. And now Bond feels responsible for their deaths. Just saying.
And he still lets him live at the end. Typical. Just bloop in the head. That's what he should have done.
Yeah. But no, see, this was why I loved the film. It felt like it was a turning point for Bond. It almost felt like
they made it look like he chose the woman over.
Yes, and it made it look like Bond is going to have a relationship. He's going to actually learn to love and be monogamous.
Again,
and then someone's going to go kill her.
You already did that. You already did that with Vespa. I felt that was way more believable, especially when she died. One of the best death scenes, in my opinion.
Was that Quantum?
No.
Which one was
Casino Royale.
Casino Royale. Oh, okay. No. I was thinking Quantum. Sorry, because didn't someone die in that one?
No,
that
she didn't.
In love with.
No, she didn't fall in love with that one. That was over They were hanging out together, but they never actually even slept with that one. That was the one time he didn't get the woman. What do you think of the possibility of having an 18 certificate Bond?
Oh, dude, that would be so awesome. Tits, fanny.
Exactly.
Violence.
They're getting laid.
What more could you ask for? I think it was a good film. I liked it, and I give it a solid 8.5. I even want to push to 9.
I give it 7. Still good, but not.
You're talking about Willis?
I prefer Rogue Nation. Like I said, I can't help but compare the two. And Rogue Nation was
just
more...
but Rogue Nation is just straight out action, and also the storyline was nice though.
It's a good story. Yeah, they do have good stories.
I mean, no, look, comparing Bond. Let's compare it to the last Bond.
I still say Skyfall was better. Skyfall was just a more enjoyable.
You've been reading IGN.
Way more. They
ain't been on point with their reviews for a long time.
Do you think it's time for Daniel Craig to step down? Even with the talk of they're doing more. I think it's time. This is a good completion of that arc of this Bond.
I think that, do you know what, the way it's ended,
this is a perfect arc.
It is perfect.
Step away, let someone else step in and just start anew. Could they even just... Nah, because it has to be James Bond. It isn't just a 007, that's the trademark. It's James Bond as well. So it kind of reboots the whole story as well. So we need a new M and a new Q and...
Not necessarily.
That's the thing though, because you can have another 007 if he goes, but James Bond is part of that persona, and that's the person.
Yeah, just need another Bond, solid. Don't need that.
Nah, I don't really want.
Look how many. Hold on a second. Moneypenny, to be fair, has only been changed once, as far as I know. Q's been changed a number of times. He's even been black. Right?
Not in the Daniel Craig one.
No, not in the Daniel Craig one.
That's what I'm saying.
In the Bond
Each
universe.
one is its own.
You know,
they don't continue from Daniel Craig's one isn't connected to Pierce Brosnan's one. Pierce Brosnan's isn't connected to Roger Daltrey. Yeah, Pierce Brosnan. They're their own Yeah, I did not like Pierce Brosnan at all. But like I said, man, we're done. We're done. We reviewed it. That has been our view of Skyfall. No. Spectre. I don't even.
It was a good Bond.
I can't even remember the tune, man.
Nice.
I remember the Skyfall tune. I can't remember the Spectre
That's
tune.
because it's just Skyfall. Just saying. Not once did Sam Smith say Spectre.
It's true. How the fuck do you put it in a song, though? I'm surrounded by a spectre.
Yeah. Okay.
Spectre.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stick to the presenter.
So what do you give it out of 5?
Out of 5?
No, yeah, you already gave it.
If it's out of 5, I'll give it a 4. Solid.
3 feels too low, but 4 feels too high.
4.5. There you go. And then you can come in at a 4.
Barely. What did you guys think? Let us know, right? Comments down below. If you like the video, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Check out my boy's channel, G-Check. He's gonna be posting more in the next few days, weeks, whatever.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. I'm at a race.
And I am Daniel.
This has been our first take review of
Oh, okay. Yeah.